Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second semifinal matchup of the Quad 4 Season 3 Trivia 10 playoffs. We have Jonathan Fujii, Ash Laskey facing off to see who's going to be the final potentially participant in the overall Season 3 playoffs, but we'll have to wait and see till the championship game here, the finals. But we got the 1 seed and the 4 seed. Your paths to how you got here today, we'll walk through it. So here's what the final leaderboard looked like. You saw, Jonathan, your episode finally went live, and Ethan caught wind of you cheering bombastically once he realized that he was the one you eliminated. So, it hurt his soul a little bit. But you made it with the final episode. Ash there in the 4 seed. We can see between the 2 through 5, it was really just neck and neck. It was anyone's game there for who's going to be making that cut there. Jonathan in the 1 seed here. So how this works with the Quad 4 playoffs, we already had our first matchup of the semifinals, Kit and Marta. It went down to the very end, neck and neck, and Marta just couldn't quite remember Ty West X, and unfortunately was not able to get through. So Kit got the narrow victory there to move on. And who's going to be facing him in the playoffs? The championship of Quad 4 will be between you two. But the broader Season 3 playoffs here. So Jonathan, the reason you're there is that the number 1 leaderboard of the regular season from each quad automatically is going to the playoffs. So that means if you win here against Ash, then you and Kit are both locked into the playoffs already. It's just a matter of where you're going to be seated. Are you going to be the wild card, which is where you're put right now because you already clinched that with your regular season victory, or will you be the champ? So, it's up to you. If you want to, you're already in the playoffs. Maybe there's some gamesmanship. If you think Doug's the easier opponent and you're just like, maybe throw this and then don't face George, or if you want to face George and, vice versa. Doug's a champion of Season 1. We also have obviously Josiah Coops and Harry was a champion of Season 2. Gooch from the Lights Camera Barstool podcast, Wafello of the Skate podcast. So a lot of heavy hitters here in the playoffs at this point. So we're going to see which one of you two is going to make it. So before we jump into this, we'll start with Ash. How are you feeling coming into this matchup here?
Fine, I think. I do feel like I kind of fumbled on the main question, so I'm hoping that this is a bit more variety of the type of questions or more of the movie reveal if it's like other playoffs I've seen or semifinals. So I do feel like that takes the pressure off a little bit, but I'm just here to have fun. Appreciate being on, so I'm not going to put too much pressure on it. But yeah, Jonathan seemed to do pretty good. So,
Jonathan, how are you feeling coming into this?
Well, now I'm feeling a little bit of pressure now that I'm just staring at the number 1 seed by my name, and I was like, oh gosh, I didn't realize I was that. So yeah, pressure's on, but in the same way, pressure's not on because I'm good either way, technically. Yep. So yeah, I'm here to have fun. We'll see.
All right, well, let's dive into this thing. We got 3 sections today, so it is like our other playoff rounds we've had. So we're going to have Real Reveal. You're each going to go through 1 round of that and see what scores you can get. We're going to have a 3 strikes, you're out, where we're going to have a prompt, and you're going to go back and forth naming off of answers for that prompt until one of you fails, or, well, gets 3 strikes, and you're out. And then we have Real Sabotage, which is our spin on the Real Reveal game, where you're going to be trying to sabotage each other to try and lower each other's score. So we'll explain those when we get into those exact sections. But to start off here, we have 1 round of Real Reveal that each you're going to play. So, Jonathan, you get to take a breather and hang back for a few minutes while Ash, you're going on. Where do you want to start? The board is yours, as regular old Real Reveal. Where do you want to go with your first clue?
Yeah, I feel like I learned last time that my strategy didn't really work super well going with third build actor, so I don't think I'm going to start there. Yeah, I thought it was interesting, Jonathan. You did a lot of like that middle chunk there, which is
like that
definitely
column.
Yeah, helpful. I think I'll just start with Last Date Watch. I feel like it's always worth getting. You never know.
Yeah, puts your head in the nice frame of where we're looking at. So it was rated 2 years ago.
Okay.
Rated 2 years ago.
It does kind of help because that tells me that I probably didn't actually diary it. I probably just was adding it as something I had seen before. So that kind of gives me an idea that I maybe haven't watched it more recently, which isn't great. But we'll see. Okay. How about release year?
This movie was released in 2005.
Interesting.
2005.
Okay. It's kind of an odd year. I feel like I'm not going to something specific quite yet. How about 2005? I feel like that definitely still a lot of comedies that year, but it could be something very specific. Let's try my Letterboxd score.
Your Letterboxd score is a 4.5.
Ooh.
4.5, 2005. You rated it 2 years ago. So did you watch 2 years ago? I don't know. I don't know how you operate your Letterboxd, but 2 years ago was the last time there was any activity for it on your Letterboxd.
Yeah, I unfortunately, when I first started using it, I would go in and sometimes just log movies that I knew I had seen, but maybe just hadn't recently rewatched. So that makes it a little tricky. 2005. I'm just like blanking on that year for film. I was 12 years old, so I don't think it was probably something I saw in theaters, depending on what it is. Huh. Well, that is unfortunate. What about the Letterboxd average? I'm very curious if this is like a highly rated film or something that I just...
So it looks like you're with the crowd, 4.1. So it's a movie you love that everyone seems to love as well.
Yeah, my mind is going to like a director that I've probably seen a lot of their films and just maybe hadn't rewatched. So like I'm thinking like people like Tarantino or even like David Fincher. Just trying to think what came out that year. 2005. Man, I'm really getting caught up on that. 2005. I just like feel like I'm not thinking of a movie that came out. I feel like 2004 I can think of a lot, but 2005 is kind of Man, this is getting me. I'm trying to think. Maybe I'll do genre. Just kind of see if I can narrow it down to something.
Genre is a romance drama.
Okay. Romance drama. Interesting. Okay. That takes me out of my theory about it being one of the directors I was talking about. A romance drama from 2005 that is highly rated. Not Her, because that came later. Man, this is really stumping me.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
$2005 is just not a year that I'm very familiar with, I guess. Yeah, I'm probably going to lose a bit of points here because I feel like I just have like nothing on the mind. What about number of words in the title? I'm trying to get these like small ones.
This movie has 2 words in the title.
Okay. Romance drama. I feel like I could think of so many that like came later, but 2005 is just not ringing a bell. I'm trying to think of, oh wait. No. Did that come out in 2005? Hang on.
You got it. It's
Hold
churning.
on a second.
It's in your head. It's in your head.
No. Because no. That one I've definitely like actually logged. I feel like more recently, but maybe not. Okay, give me duration. I feel like this is going to actually clear it up if it's what I'm thinking of.
Duration for 3 points, 2 hours 14.
Yeah, no, it's not what I was thinking of. So I'm glad I didn't guess that. That was a shorter movie. Okay, a long romance drama. 2 words in the title. From 2005. Oh, I'm kicking myself. I feel like if it's this long of a film, it's definitely not like the obvious romance movies I'd be thinking of. Man. Do you have anything in your mind, Jonathan? Or you? I feel like I'm just like I'm blanking.
I kind of have one of my. The number of words in the title has thrown me off. I thought I was on the right track,
man,
and now I'm off the track a little bit.
This is stumping me with this one, Tyler. Okay, how about Oscar noms? Why not? It's 2 points. I just curious if it's that kind of film.
This movie has 8 Oscar nominations.
What the?
Wow,
a lot of bang for your buck with those 2 points. 8 nominations.
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not super versed in like early Oscars like that. Obviously, I was a bit young at that time, but I feel like I should know this. Romance drama. So it would have been 2006 Oscars. Man.
You should just go for a big one.
I think I'm gonna have to. I'm just gonna lose a
it.
lot of points here. Let's try third build actor. Whatever.
Third build actor is Michelle Williams.
Oh, I'm sorry. My dog is barking. Let's see.
I think your dog knows the answer.
He does.
That unlocked it for her.
Goodness. Michelle Williams. Oh my gosh. Wait. I feel like
Jonathan's
this
paying the dog to throw you off by not letting you focus.
I apologize. Yeah, the robot vacuum is going, so he's currently very upset. I didn't think that she'd be third build though. Hold on, let me just make sure. I feel like I've got something, but Michelle Williams. I was going towards something specific, but I actually think that she would have been second build in that. I don't think it's that. I don't believe that one was super Oscar nominated. Wow, I'm like, this is really bad. I'm running out of options here. I know I'm going to kick myself once I know it, but I'm just absolutely blank.
So now's the tricky part. It's like, do you grab like the smaller ones and risk like unlocking it for less points off, or do you say like to take the risk and not do that because you're like, hey, if I get that, then I burn 10, don't even get it anyways from them. But so the thing is, you're at 93 right now, so like you have a lot of clues out, but really the only big ones you did is third build and release here. So even though it looks like you cleared a lot of the board, you haven't like completely gotten a huge like massive hit like we've seen some people have by doing like multiple actors and a director.
Yeah, I feel like I know Michelle Williams like well, but I'm like, I know I'm forgetting something right now. And she would have been kind of younger at that time. Like she wasn't as notable as she is right now. I might regret this, but I'm going to try writer just in case it's like a writer-director combo or something.
Written by Larry McMurdy and Diana Osana.
Okay, that
What?
tells me absolutely nothing. So I'm just not going to kill this one. That's fine. All right, just give me lead actor. If I don't get it on this, I give up.
Heath Ledger.
Oh,
I was so
this is not
off, dude.
Yeah, this is not what I was thinking at all.
Heath Ledger, Michelle Williams, 2005 romance drama.
Wait.
Very Oscar nominated. You got it.
I feel like I am so confused right now. I've rated this movie. Heath Ledger, 2005 romance drama. Why is this so difficult for me? Wow, this is really embarrassing. I saw Heath Ledger, my mind went to Knight's Tale, but I Oh, this is this Brokeback Mountain?
It is Brokeback Mountain.
Oh my God.
Let's go.
Why did I not remember Michelle Williams being in that movie?
So I always get worried, like I put some clues in wrong when people get stumped. 'Cause I'm like, oh God, but I looked at your Letterboxd, saw it 15 days ago, but you said you liked someone's review. So like, oh God, hopefully she didn't actually log it 15 days ago. I got it totally wrong. So I would have totally thrown you off.
You know what? I have not rewatched this one since I got Letterboxd. That's what it is. I've seen it, but I haven't rewatched it. So.
But Brokeback Mountain,
that was tough.
Tough one. So you got 58 there, but we have multiple rounds of this playoff here. So Jonathan, it's your turn to go. So you can really set the tone with the lead here. But you have a little bit of cushion, but we still have the 3 strikes and the real sabotage. So you don't want to, you want to go as hard as you can. Where do you want to start today?
Gosh, see, on the previous one, I was like, "Is this Pride and Prejudice?" Like that's how far off I was. So don't even trip. I don't even know if I had a good strat last time. I did like the middle column, but then when I see the other scores, I was like, "Oh, I actually didn't do incredibly well." But I'm gonna stick with it. Give me the release year.
This movie was released in 2017.
Okay. All right. I'll take the genre.
The genre. So middle column strat again. Another romance drama.
Okay. Number of words.
Number of words, 5. So Pride and Prejudice ruled out. That was still in your head.
Oh, what the yeah. Pride and Prejudice. 5. Oh wait. Oscar nom.
Man, that middle column.
Yeah,
Talk to
something
like the
about
Green
it.
Goblin now.
It keeps calling me.
4 Oscar nominations.
4 Oscar. Okay, see, I'm all over the place now. I thought I had it literally after the first 2, and then each category has thrown me off further now.
Mhm.
Okay, 2017. Let me think out loud here. It's 2017. So that's the 2018 Oscars. I believe that's, what was that? That was the Shape of Water year, I believe. So I thought it was going to be The Shape of Water, but there's 5 words in the title. Right? The Shape of Water. 4 Oscar noms. That's actually a tough number of noms there. It's not nothing, but it's not too much here. All right. Let me see. How many points did I just take off? That's okay. Whoa. Sorry, I just got a pop-up ad. Sorry. Okay. Where do I want to go? I could just take a big one. Just why not?
You have lots of room in the points.
What 2017 movie had 4 Oscar nominations? All right. Yeah, just give me writer. Sure, why not?
Written by James Ivory.
It's got to be some
Do
British.
you know
dude.
James Ivory?
The name sounds vaguely familiar. What 2017 romance movie has 4 Oscar nominations? Okay. Just give me lead actor.
Lead actor, sticking in the middle column, Timothée Chalamet.
Oh, god damn it. All right, it's Call Me By Your Name.
It is Call Me By Your Name.
Nice.
You diverted outside the middle column for a little brief stint, but you got
yeah.
You got 90 on this one. Ash got 58. So through round 1, Jonathan has a lead of 32. So by far, this is still anyone's game completely.
Yeah.
But now we're going into the 3 strikes. You're out. So how this works is once I go to the next slide here, a prompt is going to be revealed of what these 15 answers are for. But I'll wait until I go to that. So it's right on your feet. I have a wheel of names that I spin to determine who's going to go first, but I'm not sharing the right thing on my screen. And to prevent the risk of accidentally sharing the answer key for this whole quiz, I'm just going to say I spun in Ash, your name landed. So even though I can't share it in the video because I just recorded ReelTok today where I shared the answer key when I wasn't supposed to.
Oh, no.
That was disastrous. So I'm not trying to make it 2 for 2 today. But yeah, so you're going to be going first once we go to the next one. So basically each of these boxes is going to be 10 points. So I'm going to have a prompt with obviously 15 answers here. And you're going to be alternating one after another. So Ash, then Jonathan. And once you get 3 strikes, you're out. And we're going to try and see if we can get how many answers you can get. You get 10 points for every answer you get right. If Jonathan gets 3 X's before Ash does, and Ash gets to keep on going until she gets 3 X's herself. So opportunity to really run up the score if one person gets out before the other. But here we go. We'll get started. Ash, you're up first. We'll give about like 30-ish seconds. I'm not too strict about it for each one to lock in one of their answers. And we'll just, of course, keep alternating back and forth. So Ash, you're up first. What are the 15 most popular movies of the 2020 decade so far, according to Letterboxd popularity?
Okay.
So what you get one, what's your first guess here?
My automatic first guess is Barbie.
Barbie is going to be in the number 1. It's 10
Yep.
points to you.
Obviously, that's the way to go.
Jonathan, what do you got?
I will go Everything Everywhere.
Yep.
Everything Everywhere will be in the number 2. You guys are walking your way down.
Look at that.
Ash is up next.
Okay, let's see. Probably Oppenheimer.
In the 3 spot, walking the way down.
Wow. All right.
Jonathan.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna break the streak now.
Those are definitely the three most obvious. I feel like.
Yeah. 2020s. This is already Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun Maverick is actually gonna be your first X today.
What? No Top Gun in the 15.
I mean, Dostoevsky, yeah, no.
That's crazy.
No Top Gun in the top 15. So 1X for you. Back to you, Ash.
Interesting. Okay. I'm trying to think like Letterboxd users.
Yeah,
Popularity is always so weird. It
I know,
like is
yeah.
different than how they normally rank stuff. Okay,
Yep.
let's see. I want to. No, maybe that didn't do super well at the box office. Maybe not. What about Nope?
Nope is not going to be in here either.
Okay.
That's your first X. So after clearing the top three back and forth, you guys are on a 2X streak. Back to you, Jonathan.
All right. Okay. Let me lock in here. What are the 15 most popular movies of the 2020s according to Letterboxd? Okay, so no Top Gun. Oh gosh, see that threw me off so bad.
I'm shocked by that.
Is what is it? I just No Way Home.
No Way Home is going to sneak in there at the 14.
Oh my, 14, bro, that's crazy.
Ash, you're up next.
Okay. What about the Batman?
The Batman's in there at the 6.
Oh gosh, the Batman.
Back to you, Jonathan.
Okay. Gosh, I want to go for an indie, but that doesn't make any sense to me. What was it? Oh God, I just had it. Let me see. Avatar.
Avatar not in here.
What?
So, crazy the box office.
How does that make any sense?
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay.
And I'm trying to think like a Letterboxd user and not
I am
box
screwed.
office. Okay.
I thought surely.
2020s. Man, there's been so many big movies, I feel like. I didn't see this, but Furiosa? I feel like that was super popular.
Furiosa not in there.
Okay.
Not in there. So both down to your final life. Jonathan, you're up next.
Spider-Verse. Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, good clarification. Even though Into came out before the 2020.
That was before,
yeah, Across is in the 9 spot, 10 points.
Okay.
That's
back to you, Ash.
Nice. Okay.
Okay. This is tougher than I thought.
I hope this is right. After Sun?
Great guess, but it's not in there. Not in there.
That was the indie. That was the indie I was gonna say, actually.
I thought that was like really popular.
Something about it. Yeah.
I think I'll say after, so I don't spoil anything. But Jonathan, you have 1X left, so you get to keep going until you get that final X.
Bro, this is depressing. Dune.
Oh my God.
Dune is in there at the 4.
I didn't even think about that.
Dune 2.
Dune 2 in there at the 7.
Okay.
Totally blanked on Dune.
Now my mind is fully out, because I would have also said After Sun. That felt like a very Letterboxd thing.
Mm-hmm.
Babylon just hit 1 milli, so I don't think that would get it in the top 15, even though it should.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
I don't know. That might be it for me. That might be it.
Mm-hmm. We'll give you 10 seconds to try and get another guess.
I don't know. Killers of the Flower Moon.
Not in there. So that'll be your third X. So Jonathan gets the 20-point edge in that round for a lead of 52 going into the final round here with Sabotage. But again, we've seen multiple playoffs where going into the final round, it's already above 150-point lead. So like the final round doesn't even matter. So 52 points still very much alive. So here's what the right answers were. I was going to say, so I think
we're going to be
Letterboxd popularity is like a weird algorithm. It's not just based on number of logs. It's like based on number of like ratings and logs. And I think they factor in like recency as well. So that's what I was going to say about After Sun. I don't want to spoil anything, but I think like more like if a movie gets really hot, like all of a sudden, like last week, a ton of people watch it, then like I think it can move up a little quicker. But the 15 spot is Wicked.
I was wondering about that.
That's already in the 15.
That's crazy.
Yep. 13. This is like a huge Letterboxd movie for some reason, just like online movie. But the menu is super popular with people for some reason.
Would have never guessed that in my
Me
life.
neither.
Number 12, Nosferatu is in there, and just recently dropped on streaming, so maybe that helps it.
Crazy.
We have Challengers in there at the 11. 10, we have Poor Things. 8, another very online movie, Saltburn. And number 5, I guess also very another film Twittery Letterboxdy movie that's in the zeitgeist right now is The Substance. The Substance.
Okay.
So,
This shocks me.
Yeah. Okay. I really don't know the algorithm then. I really just thought it was a number of like.
No, yeah, it's always odd because if you sort it by popularity, then you like actually go to their individual page and look at logs. You're like, this doesn't add up. So I don't know what their exact thing is. But yeah, I think some of these in here, it's like you kick yourself for not getting them. And some of these, you're like, yeah, I would have just never. That would have been my 50th choice for what I think a popular movie would be. So. Score right now 290, or wait, no, that includes the 150 from the next round. So it's a 52-point lead. It's 140 to 98. So let's go ahead and get into this final round here. So this is a sabotage round. So Jonathan, how this works is you are going to be guessing the movie. So it's like you're playing real reveal, but Ash is going to select the clues for you. So her goal is to try and subtract as much points from you as possible. So basically she'll pick off a point, she'll pick off a clue, and then I'll give you a couple of seconds, say, do you want to guess or not? Because if you're guessing it wrong, it'll be 5 points subtracted. So we kind of go until you feel comfortable launching a guess, but Ash is going to try and subtract as many points from you as possible. Then we'll flip the roles and we'll do the same thing the other way. So this is a big opportunity for anyone to make up a lot of points. So
okay,
Ash, what's the first clue you want to unveil for Jonathan?
I think I'll do global box office. I feel like that alone is kind of.
This movie made 33 million.
You're just really good with box office.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's trying to eliminate as many points before I guess the movie.
Correct. Yeah.
So she wants to give me the lame clues that will not help me. Okay.
I've seen it before where someone does that thing and it's a lame clue and they go, oh, box office is like, oh, $2 billion. And like, well, I
all right. Well, box office does not help me at all. So I will let you keep going there.
Okay. I feel like writer is always so tough because that could easily be nothing and it can easily be exactly what you need to guess it.
Yeah.
Let's try words in the title.
Words in the title for 4 points subtracted. There is one word in the title.
My beloved middle column did not give me much there. One word in the title, 33 milli. Yeah, I have no clue, obviously, still. No clue.
I'd be concerned if you did have a clue at that point, to be honest. Ash, what's next?
Gosh. I feel like Letterboxd average is tough because I don't know that many people just like know those off the cuff, like memorize them. So I feel like that could be, we'll try that.
Okay. Letterboxd average for 5 points is a 3.5 on Letterboxd.
Middle of the road.
You're picking great clues.
Yep.
This could be like so many movies. So no clue. Okay. I'm lost.
Let's try cinematographer.
Cinematographer, might butcher this. Philippe Lasourde, I think.
That's a fire name, first of all. That's a sick name. No clue.
I always feel like real sabotage. I always feel like a game of Minesweeper, where like Ash right now is like trying to pick off clues, but like doesn't want to pick the wrong one. That's like, damn, that's all the information you need. Game over.
Yeah.
So sounds like we need another clue here.
Yep, definitely.
Let's try. Maybe let's try his Letterboxd score. I don't know. I'm hoping that maybe you don't know them well enough to have that help you.
He gives this a 4.
Okay.
A 4.
I mean, you would be right. That does not help me. It does not help me at all.
So that's like such a good average rating to give.
Yeah, I know. Oh man. Yeah, no.
Okay.
How could anyone even guess after this?
I have 0 ideas. Let's do. I don't know. That could end up hurting me. Let's try to get rid of a couple more small points. Maybe. Actually, let's do genre. I feel like that's still not always enough.
And this isn't me trying to do anything tricky. It just I don't put much thought into it, but it's another drama romance. I didn't try to make that
theme of this semifinals.
I guess it's another drama romance.
One word in the title, drama romance. 33 milli. And that's a worldwide box office.
Mhm.
Okay.
You gonna need another clue?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Ash, just so you know where you're at score wise. So
Yeah.
right now, Jonathan still has a lead of 16. So basically, if you got it right now, then no matter what, it's game over. So you need to at least give yourself some
16.
breathing room there. So you got to at least knock out that 16 and then try and eat some out. So he's got to take some off of you. So where do we want to go for the next clue?
Let's try second build actor.
Second build actor for 20. So this puts you in the lead. This puts you in the lead with a 4-point lead. 20 points. It's Jacob Elordi.
Interesting.
Jacob Elordi. Well, it's okay. It's not Saltburn because I did not give that 4 stars.
I don't think that's a drama romance, probably.
Yeah,
right?
I guess that's true. Yeah, I guess that's true. And a wrong guess is
5 points off.
Right?
5 points off.
Is this Priscilla?
This is Priscilla. Priscilla is the right answer.
Love that movie.
You knew it was 1 word instead of 2, so it couldn't be Deep Water, except I think it'd be third build in that. That'd be Ana de Armas and Ben Affleck, I believe. But
4 stars for Deep Water would be a little high for me, but respect.
So you have the 4-point. Ash has a 4-point lead right now going into this Sabotage. So we saw this last week too with Kit and Marta, and what Kit ended up doing with his 4-point lead or whatever is he gave her a chance. He gave her a 4-point clue, so like a word in the title or anything less. And he's like, just for fun, let's do it. I'm not saying you have to. If I was me, just bullet through the center of the eyes, just director game over or anything above 4. But it's up to you. It's up to you what you want to do here. You have 4 points you got to make up here.
Let's see. No, I was gonna do that anyways. I don't know what would help you the most though.
Yeah, so since it's 4 points, it'd be number, words, and title would tie, and then duration, box office, Oscar noms, and last date watch would be under the threshold. But anything Letterboxd average and up will be game over. Jonathan wins.
What would help you the most, Ash, out of those 4 points or less? I mean, we might as well try. Maybe something will click.
I'm not
what
super
would help
hopeful.
you the most?
I mean, if it's actually something I diaried, sometimes I kind of remember what I was watching around certain times. I'm not good with box office. And Oscar noms without any other information is really not helpful. Maybe duration or last date watch, but I'm not super hopeful. So I appreciate it. But
dang, that's a 5 point if I did both there.
I'll give you
last date watched first.
Last date watched, rated 2 years ago.
Same issue as before.
Tough.
Yeah. And before we go any further, let me just, since we're at this point, I'll quadruple check the Letterboxd just to make sure that's accurate.
It's my biggest regret with the app is doing that because obviously,
Yeah, I've done the same thing.
I always flip 50-50. I've never logged anything that I've seen before having the app, but so many times I'm get annoyed. People how have you not seen this? I'm I have. I just don't log stuff before.
Smart.
Let me hold on. Where's did Letterboxd change? So I'm not seeing dates of people when they rated it now, but I think they changed their user interface because I'm not seeing it for anyone now. So I don't know, but it doesn't have a date, so an entry. So it was rated it's rated without a diary.
Okay.
For you.
I mean, if I rated it, I've seen it. So
when I made this quiz a week ago, it said 2 years ago, but I was just looking today at people's Letterboxd, and it's not telling me when they rated stuff without logging in.
At this point, I'm just here for fun. I'm sure Jonathan's going to take the win. I'm just, we'll just see what happens.
Okay. Well, let's, just for the 4 points, Oscar nom. Why not? Let's keep it there.
One Oscar nomination.
Solid one. Solid.
Could be anything. Could just be costumes or makeup. So that tells me nothing.
So you rated 2 years ago, Oscar nomination. I mean, at this point, Jonathan wins with the either wrong guess or another clue. So just for fun, you can just launch a guess of any movie ever you think you rated 2 years ago and got nominated for one Oscar.
I'm trying to
a tech player. Maybe.
I'm trying to think of a movie that I would have rated that. Obviously, I haven't diaried or seen more recently.
Worth the Hail Mary shot just to see if you can do it.
Launch it.
I just can't quite remember all the stuff that I've actually. It's just, you can't possibly. That's why we have Letterboxd, right? Because you can't possibly remember everything.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like one Oscar nomination is so weird to me because that makes me think that it was for something very specific.
Man,
My mind is just so blank right now.
Mm-hmm.
I really can't think of a movie that would have only had one Oscar nomination.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
That's like really weird to me. That feels like it's for something very specific. I don't know. Lost in translation. I have no idea.
Imagine if it was though, but
That would be insane.
It is not lost in translation. So Jonathan, pick whatever clue you want. We'll still play it through for the fun of it.
Yeah.
But,
Let's get through it here. Let's go the year. Again, my beloved middle column.
This is 2014.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
2014, one Oscar nom.
One Oscar nom in 2014.
I feel like a movie that I immediately think of from that year that I know I've rated, but I don't think I've watched more recently is Nightcrawler.
That's correct. So
whoa,
that was kind of
amazing.
So
whoa,
this ended up being super close. So just off of release
crazy.
year, Oscar nom, which I don't. The Oscar nom was just rated.
I don't remember what Oscar name it had.
It's 2014 and Nightcrawler get you there, but yeah, the one Oscar nom was a Dan Gilroy for screenplay. But
okay.
Good guess.
Yeah,
that makes sense. That's like the only movie I know that came out that year that I'm like I haven't watched it since it came out, but I've logged it.
Wow.
Well, I mean, at that point, like obviously Jonathan got the win, but you can't even feel bad about it at that point. Like being able to rip it off there.
That's amazing.
Just the earlier rounds, just a little bit. But yeah, it's a 12 points or for the release year, but 17 or never mind. So total of 4, 9, 21 off. So incredible final round from Ash, but it's not going to be quite enough. Jonathan wins by 17. So very close battle. So not only are you moving on to the championship here of the Quad 4, Kit is also officially in the playoffs now. So Kit Lazer will be in the playoffs. And again, it's a matter of, let's see, where do I have that overall bracket up here? It's a matter of where you're going to be. So it's going to be either you versus Doug and Kit versus George, or it's going to be you versus George and Kit versus Doug. So we're going to have to wait and see what those matchups will be. It'll be you versus Kit for the Quad 4 championship to see where you're going to be placed. So I'll start with Ash. So obviously didn't get the result you were hoping for today, but how are you feeling about the performance, how it went down?
I'm pretty disappointed in the first one, but to be fair, the fact that it was a movie I haven't seen recently, I'm less upset at myself because it's hard to remember, movies that aren't on your mind more recently. So yeah, I'm quite bummed about that, but I did the best I could,
Yeah, it's been a while since
I broke back.
I don't know if Michelle Williams would jump off the screen to me to remember.
Yeah,
she's with like Anne Hathaway's fourth build. It's like I don't think my mind's immediately going to Brokeback Mountain when I see Michelle, or like, but especially with 2 words and drama romance. I feel like my mind would go, is Blue Valentine come on 2005?
That's where my mind went at first. Yeah.
But Jonathan, you're moving on. How you feeling? Plus, is there a little gamesmanship like Doug, season 1 champion, or George of the ReelTok podcast? Is there an opponent you'd rather face between the two?
No. I face whoever, again, you just go in with no expectations and you'll never be disappointed here. Honestly, I'm just impressed by that Nightcrawler guess. Like, I don't even feel like I won, honestly, after that.
No.
I was like, that was so amazing.
Yeah.
That was
crazy pull to end it. But well, I mean, the next time we'll see you will be against Kit, but you'll be determining who's going to be facing off against who. So that'll do it for the second semifinal of Quad 4. Next up will be the Quad 4 championship. So thank you to both for joining the season. You're both newcomers to the Trivia 10. So Ash, thanks for coming on for the very first time. Jonathan, best of luck the rest of the way as you face off against another newcomer, Kit, in the next round. But everyone who's watching this, make sure that subscribe button, because next week we will be having the championship game between Kit and Jonathan to see what we're finally going to lock down for the overall season 3 playoffs. The season that's been like 9-10 months in the making at this point, which is crazy. So we're almost going to be wrapping it up here, same time as March Madness going on. So it's a brackets galore going on right now. But hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below, leave a like. Thank you too for being in the season, and we will talk to you all later. See ya.